it's Miss Alyssa, and I'm back with another story after a brief hiatus. As I mentioned, I have moved. So in the spirit of moving and welcoming new things and change and transitions, I'm going to read a book today called In a Jar by Deborah Macero. Let's get started. Lewin was a collector. He collected things in jars. You see his little jars? When he held a jar and peered inside, Lewin remembered all the wonderful things he had seen and done. He collected small, ordinary things like buttercups, feathers, and heart-shaped stones. One night, the sunset painted the sky the color of tart cherry syrup. Lewin ventured down to the shore with as many jars as he could carry. A little girl named Evelyn was there too. Lewin scooped that cherry light into his jars, and when he was done, he gave one to Evelyn. Evelyn took the jar home, and to her surprise, it glowed through the night with the memory of that sunset. From then on, Lewin and Evelyn collected things together. They collected things hard to hold, like rainbows, the sound of the ocean, and the wind just before snow falls. They collected things you might not think would even fit in a jar, but somehow they did. They collected the wonders of winter. The newness of spring. Do you see all these tulips? And snails? And the long days and shadows of summer. Over time, their jars filled the walls of Lewin's house. But one day, Evelyn had sad news. Her family was moving to a new town. Too soon, it was time to say goodbye. With Evelyn gone, Lewin's heart felt like an empty jar. One night, Lewin lay awake. Falling stars glittered against the dark sky. He wondered if Evelyn could see them too, and that gave him an idea. Lewin tiptoed out to the moonless night and collected the meteor shower in a jar. The next day, he prepared a package. Lewin to Evelyn. Mailed it through the post office. When the box arrived and Evelyn opened the jar, the stars and the night sky fell around her. Wow, that's so wonderful. Evelyn knew just what to do. She collected the sounds, beep, 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 the crowds, the bright night lights of her new home, and sent them all to Lewin. And so, when the golden leaves of autumn began to fall once again, Lewin set out to collect a jarful for Evelyn. A little boy named Max was there too. Luckily, Lewin had brought an extra jar. The end. So even though Evelyn moved, they still maintained their friendship, and it created space for new friendships and for new things to happen. And sometimes that's necessary and good change. I also really enjoy collecting things in jars too, so this story really felt perfect for me. It's great to be back, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Hey friends, if you like hearing stories every week, consider donating to my Venmo or PayPal listed in the description. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.